Good morning. Here at the time of this reported podcast on the Open Thank You Dude podcast on Spreaker. My name is Matt. And it's a great day. Even if you're a targeted individual, it's a blessed day. Because you want to do what's right. And for those networks and podcasts and other people that are doing to speak the truth and expose stuff and to do what's right, keep doing that. Congrats. Don't be bribed by corporations. Don't be scared to be on your own. And you're broadcasting for truth and that you care about humanity, not because you want to be popular or, be greedy and make a lot of money off of it or any money or something like that. That's why we should be thankful for the good networks and individual people that do podcasts and shows about the truth. But don't take any of their word for it, or when I do my word either. We need to study. And I just want to do a mini audio blog. I did one yesterday about 24 questions about the Christian God. Actually, 22 of them were, and then one was about Islam. The other one or two is like general questions. But I stress this, that I have no agenda. But the more I study, the more I see. The more I see how religion blinds the people, all of us. And even atheists in the science thing. But I want to speak on religion because for me, growing up, being in Lutheran and then, what they call born again and then evangelical and Pentecostal full gospel. I mean, I'm actually at this moment attending still a church. It's a full gospel church, but since I've really studied really well, in the last month and hearing a lot of other people's perspectives and studying, I see how religion is used by the elite. Not to say not the religious leaders. Most people are trying to do what's good and what's right, and then there's some that use it to make money and to control people. But in general, it's a system of obedience. Most religions, how to follow, do this and that. Especially the revealed religions that have a book, Holy Writ. But Hinduism has Holy Writ. I'm not really speaking. I don't know or have enough knowledge about the Eastern religions and things like that and philosophies. All I can speak about is the Western civilization and Western religion, which predominantly is Christianity. It just seems like if you question a lot of churches, if you question the pastor or the leaders there, you're looked at as you got a devil in you or something. And before, there's other churches that still you could question, but they're the minority. But now there's like all these people are getting on board. If you connect the dots with the religion of Christianity, I'm talking about how it's being used with the elite and stuff to control people. And if you have a 501c3 status, you're really a servant of the state. And I have to agree with atheists. You don't need to be exempt. I mean, it's like you're setting up to be the pretend peacemaker to get people to buy this, to complete obedience. The most churches now teach obedience without questioning. and why. I mean, I have a personal belief. If you actually heard yesterday's podcast recording, you know where I stand. You know where I stand. But even if you do believe, you still should question. Why is this happening? Why can we question authority? Or to question the pastor or something? It's an indoctrination to get you to be a servitude slave to do whatever without thinking about it, whether it's good or bad. That's where the danger comes in of religion. Especially the mainstream Western religions, and I mean, there's pockets of craziness in the Eastern religions too, probably. But like I said, I don't really know much about that in the sense of connections of control, like the Western ones. But if you look, it's if you tell for example, I told one of the leaders of my church, I've been targeted, and then about the trueness of what's capable of from the elite and the governments of weapons that could manipulate your mind and stuff. She said God is good and God, because and I ain't saying nothing bad about her. She's got a good heart, but she is in that paradigm of just the narrow way of what she's been taught, not to question, not to see, not to think there's any other possibilities. And so, and I don't mean to put her in this, but she's just like the person that says people in authority most have our best interest. But if you look, most, not all, most have our interest for us to be subjugated to torture and pain and destruction of the atmosphere, things like that, to be destroyed. And if you study and find high knowledge, you won't be scared of what's really going on. You need to understand, to at least have a pursuit of why was the earth created. You might not answer it, but why? You might not get answer it, but try to seek, not to make you confused, but just have a basic knowledge of search for it. And has the universe always been here? To be honest, I'm more nearer to the atheist side. I'm not atheist than I am the literalist Christian, or the literalist, But we need to seek and study. And I'm not attacking people that have faith. I mean, the science that's mainstream is not true science. Not to say it's not true, but I'm saying that the true information of what they study is not given to the public. Because if it was, it would scare the hell out of us. For those who don't have knowledge, it would be like, oh. So, yeah. And on a side note, there's a house directly diagonal, like towards my front door. It has a blue car. This guy, I'm not assuming, but the way things are, that they are, if you're a target individual, they're like a handler, or like a low-level handler, or probably doing the monitoring. You can tell if you're observant. People need to be smart enough, and people are. We're made to have some form of knowledge to understand what's really going on. I mean, it's cool to like football, soccer, things like that, design, to get away from stuff we do for a little bit, but we need to know the truth of what's going on. But if you have a high knowledge of the elite and what they're doing, then you would understand their mind frame, even if it's stupid. Because in their minds, what they're doing, and using other people as guinea pigs to do their bidding, they're thinking they're doing good. You got to understand what they believe. And they really believe in an esoteric way. Some, from what I've studied, some opinions are that they're atheists, but they believe they become gods. Like that's where the transhumanist comes from. And others, which I think I'm leaning towards the first what I just said, not this one, but they actually worship Lucifer, who is evil, and all this. From a Christian perspective, that's evil. But if you look at it from a Gnostic, it's the truth. The Lucifer and Jehovah are the same from a Gnostic viewpoint. It's called the Demiurge, who created this, who is a lower God from the high God. Because if that's, just look for the example for Gnostics, speaking the Gnostic way, or the Gnostic viewpoint. Let's say this on the side here. Okay, why is this world evil? Why is it not perfect? Or because could it be the creator? I'm just saying, could it be a creator that wasn't the true God, but yet was like a lower God? Just saying. I know a lot of atheists going like, yeah. Just throwing it out. Created the world, or had something with the universe, and was jealous, i.e. Jehovah, if you look at the Old Testament, and created suffering, and had good and evil. It's like a duality. I don't know, just throwing it out there of what's going on and how things work. Because the definition of God, I don't know if all, but some or most maybe assume if God is God, He is automatically assuming He's good. You can't do that. God could be an evil God. And it's not right if He was. I mean, like there's an atheist that said, if God exists and He was evil, I still wouldn't serve Him. I'd rather die and burn in hell if He's like that. And lets evil suffer. Or allows evil to suffer. Allows evil to touch people so that they can suffer. Sorry about my words. My brain's going too fast, coming to my mouth. It's like, So, sorry about that. So, we see then that the evil exists. And still not the actual God, because I actually believe if God is God, He should be good. But that's just to throw it out there to make you think, if you want to think about that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why God, if He's good, as people of literalist faith believe, literalist Christians and all believe, if He's good, then why did He create evil? Because He had to know evil exists, or He wouldn't be considered God. So, but anyways, the way, on the point of the elite, the way they believe, they become gods, and that they're the rulers, and that we're the subjects. And those who are not, some slowly be exterminated or fastly be exterminated. But this is my theory. This is my viewpoint on it. I think they use religion to get these ideas, to create these themes. Like the theme from a religion called the divine right king theory, where because they live as kings and are rich, they should be almost worshipped, and they should rule the territories of the world. And that came from religion. But I know the religionists say, well, the atheist, I understand. Power corrupts men. These men had good intentions maybe starting, but then they accumulated more and more and got this more power. And so now it corrupts them to be doing this evilness and allowing this weather, using the governments to destroy weather and chemtrails and geoengineering and nanotechnology in the weather and all this other stuff, and then allowing people to be targeted individuals. This is not a random thing. This has been planned for years. So, and it came from the elitists and their viewpoint in studying religion. I mean, even though they might be atheists, but yet they got these ideas possibly from religion. Just to to give you another viewpoint or another outlook. But with that, I am out. I hope everybody has a good day. I just did this little mini audio blog on a synopsis of religion and then the elite. This is the Open Thinking Do podcast on Spreaker. I'm your host, Matt. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.